So much in World of Warcraft is designed toward nudging you into purchasing WoW tokens. The most obvious example of this is the legendary Caravan Brutosaur, which cost 5 million gold and had the completely unique ability to allow you to use the auction house anywhere in the world a mount could be summoned. For those unfamiliar, the only other way to access the auction house would be to head to a main faction city or the current expansion city if you have the engineer profession. If we were to calculate the cost of the Caravan Brutosaur in real money using a conservative 200k gold per WoW token at $20 per WoW token, the real money cost of the Caravan Brutosaur would have been $500. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, at least they stopped selling the Caravan Brutosaur at the end of the Battle for Azeroth expansion. And that is true. But this may have been a calculated way to employ a commonly used marketing tactic called the scarcity effect. This effect essentially capitalizes on the fear of missing out on a sale or product by putting a timer on this item. This practice is also heavily featured in other games like Fortnite, who actively rotate skins on sale in their shop daily with no way of knowing when they'll be back. This puts everyone on a 24-hour timer to make that purchase of a skin that they like and pushes them toward making a purchase now by eliminating the possibility for the player to fully rationalize their decision. Though, at least in Fortnite's defense, the game is completely free and requires no monthly subscription if you want to just play and don't care about the cosmetics or the battle pass. WoW, on the other hand, asks $40 per expansion and $15 a month from its players just to have the right to play all the content in the game. Other core aspects of WoW are also designed to keep you poor. Let's take a look at raiding, the core endgame activity of WoW, which has numerous one-time use consumables that are often required by your guild. These include food buffs, potions, flasks, and for some fights, runes. In addition to this, properly preparing your character every time you get a new piece of gear includes costs associated with enchanting and purchasing gems for those items. According to the Reddit user Rubik, in 2018, the average cost for a guild's weekly raid was 330k gold per week if they were to raid in 2 3-hour sessions, or approximately $33 in real money if purchased with WoW tokens. Dividing that cost by 20 mythic raiders, we get an estimated cost of 16.5k gold per raider. And that doesn't even begin to count the cost of being prepared for Mythic Plus runs, as they are oftentimes a core part of the gearing process as well. Ultimately, gold sinks are a part of every MMO. And honestly, they're completely fine in most of them. But when a company builds a monetary incentive to nudge people toward being able to spend real money for everything in the game, that's when every gold sink becomes a possible source of real money for that developer. And that's when the system can turn from game mechanic to an anti-consumer predatory practice. And that brings us back to where we were at the start of this video. New Blizzard lead Mike Ybarra actively selling boost runs and advertising it freely on Twitter. Interestingly, Blizzard policy on boosting is very fast and loose, with this article suggesting that, quote, selling of items and services for gold is allowed, but should be advertised through the Realm's trade chat. We do not allow advertisements in the group finder, end quote. Well, someone forgot to get these people the memo, because it was, and to my knowledge still is, rampant in the group finder. I even ran a poll that asked, regardless of which MMO you play, do people selling boost runs, raid clears, bother you? The results were pretty clear, with 55% of respondents suggesting an outright yes, it does bother them. Another 30% suggesting that only if the game has gold that can be bought with real money, and only 15% saying that no, it does not bother them at all. Now let's contrast Blizzard's stance on RMTs and boosting with Yoshi P and his team's stance on RMTs and boosting in Final Fantasy XIV. And to do so, let's hear from the man himself during the launch of Heaven's Ward years ago.
セッションの中でも、特にたくさんの今フィードバックをいただいているのがオプショナルアイテムのショップに関してです。
Since the announcement in Las Vegas concerning the optional item shop, players around the globe have been very vocal with their opinions.
非常に喜んでいただいている声もあれば、この先、今回よりもむしろこの先どうなるんだろうっていう声もたくさんいただいてます。
While many comments have been positive, there also have been a number of players who have expressed their worry, wondering what's going to happen to Final Fantasy XIV in the near future.
もう一回皆さんにお伝えさせていただきます。No pay to win です。
I want you guys to know. I don't have to translate that. No pay to win.
例えば、一部フォーラムに上がっている声を、僕も読ませていただきました。例えば、
So I've been checking out the forums this past week, and we've heard a lot of different opinions, including
この先ミニオンは一切インゲームの中では取れずにアイテムショップだけで販売されるんじゃないかと。
For example, will future minions only be obtainable through optional item sales shop?
No です。
No.
そして例えばダンジョンが販売されるんじゃないかと。
Some people are worried that maybe we will sell dungeons.
No pay to win.
No.
例えば今回確かに皆さんから、お金をいただくことにはなります。ただそうして皆さんからいただいたお金に関しては例えば今まで以上にもっとたくさんのミニオンを作って一つのパッチでインゲームに実装することができたり
Again, through the optional item shop, again, will be you have to pay for these items. But with those funds, we can do many different things for the games. For example, using that money to create more minions and more vanity items to include into the game and obtain in-game.
もっとたくさんのスプリングドレスのような可愛らしいおしゃれアイテムをインゲームに実装することだったり
Again, using those funds to create new vanity items and new gear like the spring dresses.
皆さんが非常に待ち望んでいるハウジングの土地、その土地を支えるサーバーを購入させていただいたり
The profits can also be put towards creating more housing options, creating more servers, so we can have more plots of land.
また今回皆さんにお知らせしたように世界各地にヨーロッパだけではなくこれからも皆さんが快適にゲームをプレイできるようにデータセンターを作る費用に回させていただいたり
And also, and finally, the biggest thing is using these profits to create a better play experience for players by doing things like adding the new EU data center.
もちろん我々設けさせていただきます。その分でも皆さんに必ず還元していくことをお約束します。
The money that we get from these optional item shops, we want to give back to the community.
ですので
On October 27th, 2021, the Final Fantasy XIV developers even updated and reinforced their policy on RMT and boosting, confirming it as a bannable offense to sell duty clears, even though they do not have something akin to a WoW token. Now, I think both Blizzard and Square Enix can certainly be criticized for their real money stores, but that's a different topic for another time. For now, though, when it comes to real money transactions and pay-to-win elements, I think it's pretty clear which company is the one that is being more consumer-friendly. Do you agree with my take? Is there something I missed? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. As a new YouTuber, I really just wanted to say that your support truly means the world to me. So I hope that you all stay well, and peace out.